That's when I realized something deep. She wasn't fighting for justice, she was fighting for narrative control. She wanted to rewrite what happened, and I wasn't going to let her. The first court hearing was scheduled on a rainy Thursday morning. Small claims, civil dispute, no jury, just a judge in a quiet municipal courtroom that smelled faintly of paper and anxiety. Corinne walked in wearing a cream blazer and that same smirk she'd worn the first time I caught her trespassing. Her lawyer, a younger man with too much confidence and too shiny of a tie, whispered to her like they were planning a performance. Richard sat beside me, calm and composed. "Stay quiet," he murmured. "Your evidence speaks louder than any argument." When the hearing began, her lawyer painted a picture so distorted it almost made me laugh. According to him, Corinne was a community volunteer who'd mistakenly believed the pool was part of the shared property. He called my setup psychological intimidation. Then he showed photos, the floodlights, the fog, the warning signs, stripped of context to make me look like a villain. "This," he said, "is excessive force for a minor misunderstanding." For a moment, I felt the heat rise in my chest. But Richard just slid the USB drive across the table and said, "Your Honor, may we show the footage?" The courtroom went quiet as the monitor flickered on. There was Corinne climbing over the fence, laughing, pouring wine, kids jumping in unattended, repeated visits, timestamps, voices, faces. Every new clip felt like a heartbeat. And then the night of the shock show. Her stepping through the gate despite clear "do not enter" signs. The sprinklers going off, the fog rolling in, her friends screaming and neighbors gathering. You could hear laughter from the back of the courtroom, muffled but unmistakable. When the video ended, the silence was deafening. Even Corinne's lawyer looked at her like he'd just realized she'd given him a sinking ship to defend. Richard spoke softly, deliberately. No one was harmed, no one was threatened. The defendant repeatedly entered private property without permission, and my client responded with light, water, and signage. This wasn't retaliation, it was protection. The judge nodded slowly, then turned to Corinne. "Did you believe you had permission to use the plaintiff's pool?" Corinne hesitated. "I thought, yes or no, ma'am." Her lips trembled. "No." That one word changed everything. The ruling wasn't grand or cinematic, no slammed gavels or shouting matches. Just a calm statement. The defendant trespassed repeatedly. The plaintiff's actions were nonviolent and protective. Case dismissed. Costs covered by the defendant. It was justice in black ink, simple and quiet. But the real victory wasn't the ruling, it was the look on Corinne's face as she realized her story had finally lost its power.